underway to the vacant mid-wicket region. They go for one. They certainly have a second run. Yes, it is. And before the throw comes in, the non-strikers in, the two of them scamper across for. That's the first bounce. That's the end of the over. (24 for 2) after 5 overs. Let's see if there's a bowling change. Now it's going to be Satish again in charge of operations as he prepares to bowl the last of the power play overs, the first power play. And then, of course, it remains to be seen how much Telangana can do to exploit the situation here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 men on the offside, 6 in fact. A man on the third man fence on strike. (26 for the loss of 2 wickets). Satish comes in and bowls. Short pitch delivery, rising, Saikir picking it up and driving, punching it away towards the long on the rise, but straight to the fielder. No question of any run over there. Saikir again. This time he does the same, turns it away on the onside, but again straight to the fielder over there. At mid-on, no question of a run over there. Satish outside the off stump this time, driven straight to the covers. Kranti Kumar picking it up. No run. Satish managing to keep Saikir quiet here in the 6th over of the innings. The batter coming up with some aggressive shots but not able to find the gaps. And this time he turns it away over his head and the ball races down to the final leg region for 4 runs. So if eventually manages to get a boundary in this over. 2 shots which did not fetch him anything. Good looking shots, no doubt, but was not able to beat the field. This time he turns it away to the final leg region. Up his shot, of course, but there is no fielder anywhere near it. Safely struck. 4 runs in the bargain. Satish again. And this time has been struck very, very well to the long on fence for 4 runs. Saikir picking it up on the rise and just smashing it down to the boundary for 4 runs. So Saikir certainly raising the tempo of scoring over here. 2 boundaries of successive deliveries. (34 for 2). We are into the last ball of the power play, as the breeze tells me. Here he comes. And again, Satish drives, but does not get quite hold of the ball. Hits the bottom of the edge of the bat. Satish puts his hand out to it, reduces the tempo of that shot, the pace. In fact, at the end of the over, no runs. So after 6 overs, it's 34 for 2. Yasir Breeze. So
we've just completed the power play here. Match number. Turn that around. Should only be a single. We'll be hoping for a little bit of a partnership which should be built upon here. The batsman from Team Telangana. They've still got 3.5 overs remaining in this innings. Got to bat this complete 20 overs. Try not to get all out here. Full toss, hit it straight back to the bowler. Check. Denied a single there. The batsman not happy with that. There was a single in it, but decided against it. That brings us to the end of over number 17. 84 for the loss of 9 wickets after the completion of 17 overs. Team Telangana. It is match number 7. Tomorrow we have big games coming up as well. And on Tuesday, the first game of the day will be the plate finale. And the second game of the day is going to be the cup finale. The favourites for the cup finale is, I feel, Tamil Nadu and Karnataka. And for the plate finals, I feel it's going to be Andhra Pradesh if they win this game. And decider between Telangana and Sri Lanka. Lot more action coming up live in the next couple of days. Exciting games. come back to the ball strongly. Got to believe in themselves that the game is not lost yet. Short pace delivery, pull that away.
Come on, bro.
The fielder coming around, Lakshmika. Reads it quite well. With a flighted delivery, batsman comes down the track and hits it hard, but straight to the fielder. Just a single on that occasion. Oh, goes at it hard. Misses out on that occasion. Very good bowling from Kranti Kumar. Few flighted deliveries. Going to be called a wide. Very interesting that was. Batsman was looking for the reverse, and Krishna bowled it wide outside off stump. And leave that alone, and getting a single of that, courtesy of wide delivery. Punches of the back foot will only be a single. In fact, a bit of a misfield there allows the batsman to go for the second run. I feel the fielder at the boundary line got it on his knee. Oh, good attempt by Maddy. He prevents the ball from going for a boundary. It'll be a couple of runs. And that brings us to the end of over number 18. Score has moved on to 91 for 9, Team Telangana. Oh, that is struck beautifully. That is struck with a lot of power. What a strike that was for a boundary. A fantastic hit. Pitched up delivery. He struck it with a lot of power past the long off fielder for a boundary. 95 for 9 now in the 19th over. Oh, good delivery. Good delivery beats the outside edge of the batsman. It's a nice little partnership here for Team Telangana. The last wicket partnership building up some sort of runs here, gaining some sort of rhythm here in the innings. As we're coming close to the end of the innings, another good looking shot there. Cut that away towards wide of third man for a single. Handful deliveries remaining in this innings of Team Telangana. To be hoping for a few boundaries. Get some sort of another good looking shot there. Pull that away towards the long on for a single. Oh, lazy stuff here. Laziness here. Extremely good running between the wickets by these two batsmen. They were alert there, realizing a bit of a fumble from the bowler in collecting the ball and resulting in a quick single taken. So a couple of runs added to the total. 98 for 9 now. Tries to hit it hard, gets an inside edge. They managed to get a single to finish off the over number 19. Team Telangana 99 for 9 after completion of 19 overs. 1 over remaining in this innings of Team Telangana. It's been a tough innings here for Team Telangana. But there is some sort of hope here. Score has moved on to 99. These two have put on a good little partnership here. The players should believe in themselves. Hope that they can get some sort of a decent total here for themselves to fight for. Struck well in the gap, and that will race away for a boundary. A pitched up delivery and struck it beautifully for a boundary. With that boundary, 100 up on the board for Team Telangana. 103 for 9. Short delivery, pull that away. 2 is the call. Will they come back for the second? No, rightly so. Four balls remaining in this innings of Team Telangana. They'd be hoping for another boundary or two. That will gain them some sort of confidence here, some sort of momentum going into the innings here. Oh, gets the outside edge, and that will race away for a boundary. Runs are coming along now for Team Telangana. Suddenly there seems to be some sort of energy in the dugout of Team Telangana, encouraging the batsmen here. The dugout wants another boundary. The dugout was hoping for another boundary here. They're definitely enjoying the runs in the last few overs by these two batsmen. Good little partnership. 107, no? 108. 3 balls remaining. 108 for 9. Can they finish this innings on a good note here? Ooh. Good delivery. A dot ball, a rare dot ball here. The last 2 overs in the innings of Team Telangana have been very fruitful here. Tell you, if they can manage to get a couple more boundaries, the chase is on here. The game is on. Telangana is going to give them a good fight. Misses out, looking for the single there, and should be a run out. It is a run out. That brings us to the end of the innings of Team Telangana. They've been bowled out for 108 in their 19.5 overs. So the chase when we come back after a short break for Team Andhra Pradesh is going to be 109 to win in 20 overs.
Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome once again to the Samprasiddhi Sports Stadio. Andhra Pradesh chasing 109 for victory. Telangana all out for 108 in their innings in the morning. 6 for no loss. Andhra with the opening wicket pair of Sri Krishna and Kurti. This one gently nudged away to the vacant point region, and the two of them cross over for a very, very quick single. Arvind Reddy in charge of operations there from the far end.
Non-striker name is?
Now striker.
And the striker? Krishna and Suresh.
Suresh on strike here, facing the left arm medium pacer, Arvind Reddy, pushing it down towards the mid-wicket region, picked up and returned. No question of any run there. That's the end of the first over. 7 runs coming off it. Suresh on 5, Sri Krishna on 1. Arvind Reddy completing a good over. Of course, not a very big total to defend for the Telangana team. Somehow, after some very early aggression, they lost wicket at quick intervals. Not able to put up a big partnership. Nevertheless, the tail wagged a little merrily towards the end, passing the 3-figure mark. So 108 on the board for Telangana. Andhra chasing 109 for victory. A very crucial match for the teams over here because they've lost their earlier matches. If they are to make it to the plate final, Telangana still have a game on hand against Sri Lanka tomorrow. This is Andhra's final league game. They've lost all the 3 matches so far that they have played to Karnataka, Tamil Nadu and Sri Lanka. They have to win this game to remain in contention for the plate final. Crucial games coming up later. As we see, Anjan, I think that is, operating from the pavilion end, comes in on both right arm over the wicket, well pitched up delivery on the stumps. The ball jumping up a little after pitching, but Sri Krishna offering a defensive bat to that one. The ball trickling down the wicket. No question of any run over there. 102 to win in 114 deliveries. The equation as Andhra begin the chase over here. Anjan again, and this time turned away towards the leg side. Sri Krishna unable to connect properly. The ball hitting his body and lobbing towards the vacant short square leg region. The wicket keeper coming up to collect. Siddharth, the wicket keeper. There's a bowling change at the far end. Raghavendra, the new bowler, bowling the fourth over of the innings. Suresh not able to do much in terms of runs to that one outside the off stump. Played it in the slip region, picked up and returned back as he comes in again and bowls. This time almost a similar looking stroke to a delivery which kept coming off it either. At this time the ball rising high and this has been batted away past the cover and extra cover fielder for 4 runs. Suresh getting on to 13 from 8. A rather loose delivery meant to be dispatched and it was. Andhra moving up to 32 without loss. Raghavendra again. This time slightly overpitched, a faster one on the leg stump. Suresh pushes it back down the track for the bowler himself to do the fielding. Raghavendra comes in and bowls again, and that, yes, he's out outside the off stump, and Suresh flashed at it, square drive, upish one, but straight to the fielder. Raghavendra Chari taking that catch. So Andhra losing their first wicket. Suresh walking back after a couple of good hits, but nevertheless was unable to keep this down. Played it straight to the fielder, who held the ball at the second attempt. It popped out of his hands, but he managed to recover and grab it quickly before it dropped down. So quick response there from the fielder. And the number 3 batsman walking in as the skipper, Kranti Kumar. And we have an ardent admirer of Kranti Kumar here in my colleague in the commentary box. Ibriz, your favorite player walking up?
Indeed, very entertaining cricketer he is. Very good cricketer, Kranti Kumar. Love the way he goes about his game. Strong man he is with the strong forearms.
Raghavendra again, this time, and Kranti off the mark. Drives it down to the long off region, picked up there by Anjan, I think. Return back, that's the end of the over. So Andhra moving up to 33 for the loss of 1 wicket. That of the opener, Suresh. 76 needed in 98 deliveries. A fairly easy proposition at any level of the game. And the 2 dashing Andhra batters out there in the middle. Sri Krishna being joined by his captain, Kranti Kumar. Kranti Kumar back on strike as a result of that single, as he takes guard and prepares to face Arvind Reddy, operating from the far end. This is the fifth over in the first power play. In he comes and bowls outside the off stump, and Kranti content to turn it towards the short mid-on region. The bowler coming up quickly, doing his own fielding, tumbling to ensure that the ball doesn't pass him. Picks it up. Walks back to the top of his bowling run. And as long as Kranti is out there, it should be the calm before the storm. There he is, tries to turn it around past his legs, but doesn't make contact, and a wide declared by the umpire as well. So one more to the Andhra total, which moves up to 34 for the loss of 1 wicket. 4.1 overs gone. Let's see what Anvesh has on offer with the next one. And he comes in and bowls pitched up outside the off stump, and Kranti Kumar pulls it to the long off fence and straight to the fielder, and he's out there. So a huge blow to the Andhra team, their captain out, much as expected of him. Unfortunately, that shot that he played was played straight to the fielder, who made no mistake with that catch. So Anvesh striking a very, very big blow. Telangana trying to dig themselves back into the game to defend a rather moderate total. And by the way, the two Andhra batters have lost their wickets. It should be a fight on. Chandrasekhar Reddy, the new man, walking up to the wicket. Two down for 34. The total. Sri Krishna walking up to the new batter, Chandrasekhar Reddy, possibly to give him an idea of how the pitch is playing. Looks to be quite good for runs over here. As Chandrasekhar Reddy prepares to take strike from Anvesh, who certainly has his confidence up, having got rid of the most dangerous batter in the Andhra ranks, skipper Kranti Kumar, who made just one run before holding out to mid-off. Here comes Anvesh. An appeal there for leg before possibly, but the umpire unmoved. The ball little outside the off stump. Chandrasekhar Reddy goes forward to it, misses it completely, but possibly the ball missing the off stump as well. In any case, no damage done, no addition to the total, which remains on 34 for 2 at the moment. 3 deliveries gone in the fifth over of the innings. Anvesh Reddy, well pitched up, and again a similar looking shot, and Chandrasekhar Reddy also holding out to mid-off there, and Anvesh strikes one more time in this over. 34 for 3. Chandrasekhar Reddy walking back without opening his account. A wonderful comeback by Telangana, defending a very moderate total. Andhra reduced to 34 for the loss of 3 wickets. 3 of their top guns back in the pavilion. It's going to be, I should say, game on from here onwards. Breeze, what do you think?
It's a good start here for Team Telangana, getting 3 big batsmen of Team Andhra. Gives them a lot of confidence here to battle harder here in this game. Team Andhra Pradesh, I feel, have taken this total a bit lightly here. A bit casual batting approach here from the batsmen of Team Andhra Pradesh. It's not a big target that they're looking to chase down. 109 is what they're looking to chase down. 3 wickets down. 34 for 3. Feel this game is going to go on till the 18th or the 19th over to get a decision out of this. And remember, this is the final game for Team Andhra Pradesh in this tournament. And if they lose this game, then they would be out of the tournament. And Telangana will have an opportunity to battle it out against Team Sri Lanka tomorrow to decide which teams are going to move on to the plate finals. We reckon the finals, the cup final teams are going to be most likely, it's going to be Karnataka taking on Tamil Nadu. But the official confirmation will be given only by end of tomorrow. Played that on the onside. There's a little bit of a spring in the fielders now, especially after getting big wickets here. Big wicket of Krishna and Kranti Kumar, the skipper. They got to keep things tight here. They got to ensure that they choke their opposition, get the fielders in, cut out the singles, try and build pressure so that the batsmen go for a false shot here. I'd like to see a slip in place. I'd like to see some more pressure here on the new batter. That's not something which the skipper is going to be happy about. A wide delivery. It's a different pitch used today at the Sports Stadium. Day 4 going on, match number 7. We've got high scoring games throughout the tournament so far, except for this one. Left arm seamer. Rolled his fingers over the ball. Gets a little bit of a flick on the pads there. And polite appeal turned down by the umpire. That brings us to the end of another good over for Team Telangana. As they've picked up 3 wickets here. You could feel that they're in this game here. The game is not done yet. They're fighting it out. Trying to sneak in another couple of wickets here and try to get better control of this game here. We'll ask my fellow commentator here, Mr. Shri, what do you think about the pitch today? Is it playing differently today?
I don't think, Ibris. I think it was more to do with the shot selection.
I agree with you. Some could be the pitch, but mostly it's the approach towards the game that has been slightly casual from both teams so far. As we saw that the tailenders, the last pair from Team Telangana, stitched a good little partnership, and some of the striking by them showed that the ball is coming onto the bat. And good delivery, guided that towards the point region. No run there. That's what they got to be doing. They got to be making sure that they keep things tight here. The fielder is not allowing the batsman to take the single and rotate the strike. The batsman will eventually lose patience and try and go for the big hits. That will result in a wicket. Short pitch delivery. That was not needed. And that is a brilliant shot over deep mid-wicket for a massive sixer. That's probably one of the longest boundaries in the game here. And he middled that and sent it out of the park. What a strike that was. Just retrieving the ball here. Oh, guided that towards point region. Bit of a misfield there. Allowed the batsman to take the single. 42 for 3 now in the final over of the power play. These two batsmen need to put up a good partnership here in order to stabilize the game here for them. Good delivery, shot of good length. Defended it. It's quite an interesting field setting here. You've got the fielders at the boundary line at long off. We've got the fielder at deep mid-wicket on the boundary line. Rest others trying to save the single here. Oh, goes for the big hit, gets an inside edge. The ball is racing towards the boundary line, but the fielder will get a boot on that and saves the boundary. But the batsman will come back for the second run throw at the bowler's end. The skipper not happy with the kind of throw, suggesting that he wanted him to throw at the keeper's end. But nonetheless, 2 runs to finish off the over. We're done with the power play here. 6 overs completed. Score moved on to 44 for the loss of 3 wickets. Telangana have managed to score 108. So the chase for Team Andhra Pradesh, which is going on right now, is 109 in 20 overs.
For 3, the score at the moment, with Sri Krishna picking up the gauntlet, being joined by his colleague Satish. And again, it's Arvind Reddy who picked up 2 wickets, 2 crucial wickets, that of Kranti Kumar and Chandrasekhar Reddy in the previous over. Raghavendra achieving the first breakthrough when he had the scalp of Suresh. And then Anvesh managed to send back 2 dangerous batters in the Andhra lineup back to the pavilion. Here he comes from the far end, comes in and bowls left arm over the wicket, a rather short pitch delivery, keeping a triple low outside the off stump. Sri Krishna has nothing to do, watching it all the way into the gloves of the wicket keeper Siddharth. It was Sai Kirt who brought up those 2 catches at long off to send back Kranti Kumar and Chandrasekhar Reddy of the bowling of Anvesh Reddy. Here he comes. Again a similar delivery, wide, called by the umpire. One more to the total, 45 for the loss of 3 wickets. 64 more needed. We are in the 7th over. In comes Anvesh, and this time turned an attempt to turn it towards the onside, but the ball hitting the top of the bat and racing down the track itself. Anvesh himself does the fielding. So the Andhra batters under some pressure for sure after the loss of those 3 wickets early in the innings. 45 for the loss of 3 wickets. In comes Anvesh Reddy, left arm, medium pace bowler. Sri Krishna drives towards long on all along the ground, but only a single, which brings Satish to face Anvesh Reddy. And let's see how much Satish can do to pick up some runs here for his team. Well pitched up to the batsman outside the off stump. The ball keeping low again. Hastening after pitching. Satish tries to square drive. Fails to make contact. No addition to the total. No damage done either. Anvesh once again from the far end. Almost a similar delivery, but this time slightly wider. Wide, says the umpire. One more to the total, 47 for 3. Certainly. Telangana fielding with a lot of urgency, with their tails up, confidence up as well, after picking up 3 wickets. This time a delicate nudge outside the off stump, but there's no fielder in close catching position. The ball racing towards the short third man region. No question of a run either. Anvesh again. Slightly over-pitched. Satish comes out to the pitch of that ball and drives straight towards the long off fence, straight to the fielder, in fact, and only a single. That's the end of the over. At the end of 7 overs, it's 48 for 3. 61 needed in 78 deliveries. That's the equation. Very much achievable as long as the batters remain at the wicket. Sure, some poor shots there by the Andhra players. They tried to force the issue before settling down or having a feel of the wicket. So they tried to go for the big hits. So the very first or second deliveries that they faced, got one of them, but then again they fell into the trap and gave catches. Both the catches at long off of Kranti Kumar and Chandrasekhar Reddy, off the left arm medium pacer Arvind Reddy, being picked up there by Sai Kirt. Of course, very simple affair. Went straight to the fielder. He did not have to move at all from his position. Raghavendra in charge of operations from the pavilion end, outside the off stump and wide again, called by the umpire Chandru. One more to the total, 49 for 3.
So I've got Tejas here. We'll just have a quick conversation with him with regards to the tournament. You can ask him about the experience about the tournament and experience. How is it playing for Karnataka?
Raghavendra again outside the leg stump this time. Gentle push there by Satish. And as the proceedings go on here, we have Karnataka's star batsman and wicketkeeper Tejas Muralidhar with us in the commentary box. And I'll ask Ibris to have a chat with him.
Thank you so much, Tejas, for being here with us. Looks like you're going to have an early game here today. This is going to be an important game for you guys. Going to be playing against Team Sri Lanka. We just want to find out a few things about the tournament. First of all, the experience playing in this tournament, the South India Advocate Cricket Tournament. This is the second edition, so obviously you've been part of the first one as well. So just talk us through the experience playing in this tournament.
I think the tournament has been brilliantly organized, and this time our only motive is to win. Last time we were runners up, we weren't really happy with it. And talking about today's game, I think it is really important for us to win, because if we do not win, it's going to open a lot of doors for the other teams to go through to the finals. So if we win, we're more or less through to the finals, and Sri Lanka is going to be knocked out. So that's our only goal for today.
I realize that the plans are very clear here. Must-win game, win this and move on to the finale of the cup finale here coming up on Tuesday. Tejas also would like to know about how's the preparation from the team's practice sessions, and how have you guys prepared for the tournament and your experience playing for Karnataka?
Coming into this field, playing cricket here has been very new to me. But everyone here has been very welcoming, and they accepted me, they embraced me with open arms. So it's been a joyful ride. That apart, the team's preparations, we normally go well prepared for the tournaments, but this tournament, coming into this tournament, since we're the hosts and our captain was really busy putting time into the preparations, we had only one practice session. That apart, we've had a lot of, we've been gelling well, we've been staying together, and also we had a rough night last night because today is my birthday. So I don't know, I just want to give myself this win today.
Well, first of all, wish you a very happy birthday from the commentators team.
Many happy returns of the day, Tejas. On behalf of everybody, all our viewers. Yeah, another thing I would like to ask you, now the Karnataka Advocates Cricket Association is also a registered team with the KSCA. You play the league also. So how many of those players are there in this team, or is it the same team, or is it different?
It is more or less the same team. We might have a few more players coming in because this is a tournament with one stint, so it's 4 or 5 days. But that's going to go on for a longer period, so most people might not be available for it. So we will have the other advocates, the standby players who will be registering for it, and it's going to be played based on availability. So not everyone can leave their work all the time and come. So this is a pretty cumbersome profession. So that's about it.
Hypothetically speaking, say, let us assume that you are in the final. Who would you like your opponent to be, Sri Lanka or Tamil Nadu?
I would really wish for Tamil Nadu to come in because I really want that revenge. Last time they beat us, and this time we got to get them.
That's good. We're waiting for revenge. So certainly that attitude of yours is going to result in some very, very good cricket here. Ibris?
It's always been a healthy competition for Karnataka against Tamil Nadu. In fact, in all formats, in all tournaments, there has been these healthy rivalry between Karnataka against Tamil Nadu. We're hoping for a good game. In fact, Karnataka is going to be playing Tamil Nadu tomorrow. Tomorrow morning is the game scheduled, and my bet is that Karnataka and Tamil Nadu are going to meet once again in the cup finale on Tuesday, and that's going to be the biggest game. So looking forward to that, and thank you so much, Tejas, for spending time with us, having a chat, and once again, very happy birthday, and really hope that your wish comes true, that you're the man of the match in today's game. Thank you.
Thank you. I really hope that happens, and look forward to playing the finale and you being there for it while you watch us lift the trophy. Thank you.
Absolutely, we're not going anywhere. Thank you so much, Tejas, for joining us. Well, that was Tejas Muralidhar from Team Karnataka, was kind enough to spend some time here in the commentary box to have a chat with us. Over to Mr. Shri here with regards to the ongoing game here.
Thank you, Ibris. 55 for 3, the total. 54 more needed from 72 deliveries. Sri Krishna on strike over there. Sher Singh, the player who picked up 4 wickets in the previous game, in charge of operations from the far end. This time on the leg stump, nicely pushed away into the wicket, mid-wicket region. They go for one. They come for the second. A comfortable 2 for the two of them. 59 for the loss of 3 wickets, the Andhra total, as they inch their way towards a moderate winning target of 9 in 20 overs. We're already into the 9th over, 8.3 gone. Sher Singh, the spinner, in charge of operations. And he comes in and bowls, flighted a lower trajectory delivery right up to the batsman. Sri Krishna drives towards long on, but only a single. Sri Krishna signaling to the dugout for some liquid help. It's getting hotter over here. Sher Singh, this time outside the off stump and pushed into the point region there. But there's no question of a run. Satish content to keep his end going, allowing Sri Krishna to do more of the attacking. And he's not disappointed his team either, coming up with some big hits. And this time Satish plays a more aggressive shot there, but can't beat the fielder at point. He wants a single, but Sri Krishna rightly sends him back. That's the end of the over. The end of 9 overs. It is 60 for 3. 49 needed in the final 60 deliveries. Short break here, a liquid break for the players to refresh themselves somewhat. Surely they need it. The umpires too taking the opportunity to do some stretching and bending to keep themselves fit. Not an easy task standing here in this hot sun. The temperature, as I said, certainly getting hotter in more ways than one, especially for the two teams out here. Telangana trying to do their best to defend the moderate total. Andhra in a must-win situation to stay alive in the tournament. They've lost the 3 games that they played so far against the holders Tamil Nadu, the runners of Karnataka, and also the overseas challengers Sri Lanka. Telangana have lost 2 matches. This is a 3rd match. They still have a match on hand against Sri Lanka tomorrow. The second match for today is going to be a very rip-roaring affair. Karnataka taking on the visiting Sri Lankans. Certainly a very, very good match in prospect. And let's see what thing. There's a bowling change. Sai Prasad in charge of operations in place of Raghvendra. And on strike there is Sri Krishna. We have 3 men inside the 30-yard circle on the offside. The rest of them spread out on the boundary lines. And this one slightly over-pitched, keeping low after pitching. Outside the off-stump, the batter, Sri Krishna, having nothing to do with it. Gathered by the keeper, Siddharth. Sai Prasad again. And this is dispatched with regal disdain to the long on fence for 4 runs. An upper shot over there by Sri Krishna as he picked that up on the bounce and slammed it away. There's no fielder over there. Picked up the vacant region for 4 very, very good looking runs. The total moving up to 64 for the loss of 3 wickets. The equation coming down to 45 from 64. Just 45 needed from 64 with 7 wickets in hand. And it's going to be a very, very difficult task for Telangana to get back into the game unless they manage to gobble up 2 or 3 more quick wickets. And one more aggressive shot over there. This could be dangerous, but the ball falling short of the long off fielder. It was in the air for a long time, but then out of reach of the player there. Nevertheless, the 2 of them cross over for a single, taking the total to 65 for 3 and bringing to face Sai Prasad. And he comes in and bowls. Slightly over pitch and pushed it to the wicket, mid-off point region. And before the throw comes into the non-striker, a slightly wavered throw as well. The 2 of them scamper across for a quick single. And more importantly, it brings Sri Krishna on strike. That was possibly the tactic to take that single and give him the strike. Here it is. This has been turned away by the batter towards the mid-on region, the short mid-on region. The bowler quickly moving across to his right and doing his own fielding. 65 for 3. 9.3 overs gone. Sai Prasad again. Right arm over the wicket, over pitch delivery, and the batter goes forward to it. We'll wait for the umpire signal. I think he got a touch to it. No, it's 4 byes. He went for an off drive, failed to make contact, and the ball just ran away for 4 byes. That's the end of the over, I think. Yes, 10 overs gone, 70 for the loss of 3 wickets. So Andhra slowly but surely getting closer and closer to the target. And as I was mentioning to you, they need to win this match to stay alive in the competition and have any chances of playing the plate finale. Satish on strike and Sher Singh back in charge of operations from the Samprasiddhi Sports Stadio end or the Haj Bhavan end, making slight adjustments in the field, bringing Raghwender to the onside at mid-on. Five on the off. This time outside the off stump, well pitched up to the batsman. Satish content to push it down the track to Raghwender, who picks it up and returns to Sher Singh. 70 for 3. Sher Singh again. Slightly short pitch delivery. Little bit of bounce on the ball over there after pitching. The bowler trying to generate some pace off his shoulders. The batter making no contact. This is slight variation from what he had done earlier. Well flatted, right up to the batsman. Satish drives gently towards the vacant mid-wicket region. A single to him and to the total as he moves up to 11 from 19, and Andhra 71 for the loss of 3 wickets. Sher Singh to Sri Krishna. This is going to be interesting. Sher Singh asking the players to move back, expecting those big shots. Comes in and bowls, flighted, full toss. Sri Krishna drives, but straight to long off to the fielder there. Sai Keith, I think, once again doing a good job in that position in the deep. Nevertheless, the two of them cross over for a very, very easy single, bring the total to 72 for the loss of 3 wickets. 37 needed from 56. Sher Singh comes in and bowls. Flatted outside the off stump. Satish goes forward to it and pushes it down towards the short point region. Siddharth goes from behind the stumps to do the fielding. 72 for the loss of 3 wickets. In comes Sher Singh again. Better length this time as Satish drives a very soft and gentle drive there, only for a single. $73 for 3. That's the end of the over. 11 overs gone. 36 needed from the last 54 balls. 9 overs, 36 runs. So a fairly easy equation, no doubt about it, considering that they still have 7 wickets in hand. The game slowly but surely turning Andhra's way. They were in a spot of bother after losing 3 wickets, just about 30 runs. 73 for 3. 11 overs gone. 36 runs to be had in 54 deliveries. Sai Prasad once again in charge of operations from the pavilion end. Sai Prasad comes in and bowls. The ball keeping low and uphill, and he's out. Satish goes forward to it, misses that ball completely as it kept low. Hit on the pads. Possibly the ball was on the leg stump, and the umpire Chandru having no hesitation in upholding that appeal. So Andhra losing their fourth wicket, 73 for 4. So Sai Prasad striking with the first delivery of this 12th over of the innings. Andhra losing another wicket as they inch closer towards the target of 109. I think it's Vijay Naidu walking in to take the place of Satish there to join Sri Krishna at the wicket. Sri Krishna batting with 36 from 30 deliveries. He opened the innings with Suresh. He's kept not only his end up but also produced some forceful strikes to make sure that his team gets closer and closer to the victory target. So Telangana trying as much as they could to stay alive in the game, picking up their fourth wicket, 73 for 4. Sai Prasad again. Right arm over from the pavilion end, comes in and bowls. A short pitch delivery of a flatter trajectory on the off stump, played back down the track by the new man Vijay Naidu. This is slightly off pitch there and square driven for a single. Vijay off the mark with that single. Sai Prasad again, and this has been lofted towards the vacant long on region there, but there's no player anywhere in that catching position, and Sri Krishna gets the single. Sai Prasad. One more time in this over. Well pitched up to the batsman on the offside. A faster delivery from Sai Prasad this time. Guided down towards the point region. Picked up and returned by Sai Kirt. No addition to the total. And this has been cut away. There should be 4 runs. Yes. To the third man fence for 4. So Vijay getting his first boundary of the innings. 79 for the loss of 4 wickets is the Andhra total. 12 overs gone so far. 30 runs needed in 48 deliveries with 6 wickets in hand. The well settled Sri Krishna at the wicket, not afraid to loft the ball into those vacant spots on the field, and also producing those big hits when needed and making sure that he carries his team towards the victory target. A very moderate one, as I was mentioning to you, set by Telangana, who did fight back to grab 3 wickets. They got one more as well now in the previous over, trying to make a match of it. But certainly the things point a lot more in favor of Andhra than Telangana. But you never know. A couple of wrong shots and then a couple of wickets would also finally put all the pressure on Andhra, giving Telangana a lot of hope. Let's see what happens. Sher Singh fights this one. Outside the off stump, Chandrasekhar goes for the drive. The ball takes the outrage of his bat and rolls down towards the point region. Raghavendra, the fielder, 79 for the loss of 4 wickets. Sher Singh again. He begins his run up, but then somehow misses his steps. Walks back to the top of his bowling run once again. 79 for 4. In comes Sher Singh. Flighted delivery, and this was a very, very near thing there. Sri Krishna was onto it, drove it square but straight to the fielder, slightly wide of the cover region there. He got his hands to it, but was not able to hold it. The batter not offering any stroke to that one, content to watch it into the hands of the wicketkeeper, Siddharth. "26 more needed. One more delivery outside the off stump. Pitched up to the batsman, but keeping low after pitching. And the batter not being tempted to go for that shot. We have with us Mr. Arvind Reddy, the skipper of the Karnataka team, is also the host of the tournament, joining us in the commentary box. Welcome, Mr. Arvind Reddy. What would you say about the tournament in general?
It's been a good tournament till now, and I think all the teams are giving their best. Though they're playing continuously every day, I think they're doing the best, and they're trying to keep themselves fit and go out and do their best.
What was the idea behind, or what went to inviting Sri Lanka for this tournament?
Basically, this is called the South India Advocates Cricket Tournament, and then we thought we'll call it South of India Advocates Cricket Tournament. We thought we'll have one international side, which can make the tournament more glamorous, more interesting. So we invited them, and we are glad they accepted our invitation and participated here.
This is going to be conducted every year on a rotation basis.
Exactly. Every last year it was in Vijayawada. This year it's in Bangalore. We should hopefully see who's going to host it next year.
But what about teams from Kerala or Goa?
We have a tournament called the All India Advocates Cricket Tournament, which happens every year. And this year is going to be the 34th year, and it's going to happen in Raipur. So there we have about 20 High Court teams across India coming and participating. And after that we have something called the Lawyers Premier League in October. And then we have the World Cup in Trinidad Tobago in the month of December.
So how does it go? The winner of this tournament plays the All India, or is it general invitation tournament?
All the High Courts of India come and participate.
Now you're also a registered team in the KCL League. You play the KCL League also. So what is the composition of the team for this tournament, and what is the team over there?
It's the same composition. We'll have one or two changes, but most of the players will be playing, except for one or two who's occupied with court or with their own personal commitments. Otherwise, been the same team from the last 7 years, I guess.
Yes, Breeze, would you like to ask Mr. Reddy something?
Yes, first of all, welcome Arvind Reddy, the super host of the tournament here. And as we all known him for a long time, he's not just a cricket lover, but also a good cricketer as well. He's been playing for quite some time, many years that we've seen him. But his heart goes out more towards organizing and hosting cricket teams and getting players as well. He was one of the owner of one of the KPL team as well, the Karnataka Premier League. So seen him since those days. Generally talking about the cricket of the Karnataka Advocates cricket team, tell us how it was being formed, and since when did you take up the ownership of this so that you develop this team, and how does the practice sessions work, and how do you develop this team from here?
I think about, if I'm not wrong, I think 1980, 81, 82, Mr. Sundar sir established this whole team. Don't have to give an introduction about Sundar sir. He's a very great cricketer of Karnataka, and he's played a very instrumental role in making sure that the Karnataka Advocates cricket team was established. Along with Sundar sir, a few other senior cricketers, and a lot of people today are High Court judges and District Court magistrates. Uh, Sundar sir established this whole thing, and further on, I think in the year 2010, I did my debut in Raipur for the Karnataka Advocates team, and from then I've been playing for them, and from the last couple of years, I've been captaining the side.
Great to know the history of the team behind. And of course, talking about the tournament, Karnataka has been doing quite well over the years. It was very unfortunate that Karnataka lost the finals against Tamil Nadu, as we got the update from Tejas earlier on today. We're looking forward to a big game, this finale on Tuesday.
Yeah, I think if we beat Sri Lanka today, I think we're through to the finals, and we're 100% wanting to take that vengeance back and make sure that we beat Tamil Nadu this year. But let's see how it goes. Cricket is a game which is very unpredictable, so I don't want to predict anything and be overconfident about anything.
We all know there's healthy competition, rivalry between Karnataka and Tamil Nadu for many years now. And we're hoping for another power pack game coming up. Tomorrow is the early game against Tamil Nadu. And the odds are that Karnataka is going to be playing Tamil Nadu in the finale of the Cup finals as well. And looking forward to that big game here. And Mr. Sri?
I'd like to ask Mr. Reddy one more question. How do you manage to combine your cricketing interest and also your professional work?
Cricket is passion. We give priority to cricket more than work. So we think we take our passion very seriously.
So when it comes to your requirement and your presence in the course, you just take adjournments.
Yeah, we do justice to the clients as well. So
That's great to hear from Mr. Reddy. So yes, please.
Well, we've got our answers. We've got all our questions answered here. Thank you so much, Arvind Reddy, for joining us here in the commentary box. And wishing you all the very best. Your toss is going to start in the next 10 minutes, I guess. And big game coming up against Team Sri Lanka. Wish you all the very best. Thank you. Back to the game here, Shrisa.
Okay, Breeze. That was a very interesting conversation we had with Mr. Arvind Reddy. The skipper of the Karnataka team is also the host of the tournament. That was a near full toss there to Sri Krishna as Andhra reached 98 for the loss of 4 wickets in 14.2 overs as we were having the chat with Mr. Reddy. 11 runs needed in 34 deliveries. So Andhra already have a foot inside this match. This time outside the off stump and driven rather powerfully, but straight to the fielder. In fact, Sher Singh moving quickly to his right to do his own fielding, preventing any runs. Of course, there was a backup player, I think Sai Prasad on the boundary line. Possibly that could have been a single, but that was not to be. Sher Singh comes in and bowls again. Flighted delivery outside the leg stump again and turned away, this time towards the wide mid-wicket region for a single, which brings Vijay Naidu on strike as Andhra move up to 99 for the loss of 4 wickets. 10 runs needed in 32 deliveries. So Sri Krishna playing the anchor's role here and ensuring that his team gets so close and surely past the line. And this has been dispatched with a lot of confidence by Vijay Naidu to the between long on and mid wicket for 4 runs. 6 runs needed for victory. So Andhra staying alive in the tournament. And comes Sher Singh, and this time Vijay Naidu gently pushes it into the covers there. Raghavendra coming in from Yasivris.
Team Andhra Pradesh coming up with a good performance here. They've always had a very good batting lineup. Today they did that quite well with the ball as well. That's the reason why they're in this situation right now, in a comfortable situation where they require 6 runs in 30 deliveries remaining, 103 for 4. It's been a complete different approach from Sri Krishna here today. Usually it is big shots all the way along. Today it's a very composed innings, scored 48 not out, of 43 deliveries with 4 boundaries and 3 sixes. He's taken his time here, but most importantly, he's ensured his team is in a very good situation here. Team Telangana not having a good day out with the bat today. Struggled throughout the tournament to post big totals here. All the other teams have managed to put up 150 plus scores throughout the tournament. And like we mentioned earlier, this is the final game for Team Andhra Pradesh in the league stage. So if they win this game, they are going to be in contention for the plate finale, which is going to be on Tuesday morning. Good delivery to begin with, wrapped up on the pads. Anjan, the bowler, who was quite expensive in his first over that he bowled, gave away 16 runs in the first over that he bowled, which was the second over of the innings. He's bowling to Vijay. Played it with soft hands. Throw at the bowler's end, a direct hit. And a polite appeal as well, but the body language suggesting that the batsman was home quite easily. And Sri Krishna moves on to 49 now. 5 runs required for Team Andhra Pradesh to win this game. It would be their first win in this tournament. Remember, this is the South India's Advocate Cricket Tournament, the second edition happening here at Samprasiddhi Sports Stadio. This is day 4 going on, match number 7 between Telangana versus Team Andhra Pradesh. Toss was won by Team Andhra Pradesh's skipper, and there was no hesitation that he wanted to field first. And that's clearly because they have a better batting lineup than bowling department. Cut that away in the gap, and that should race away for a boundary. That's a good shot there. Placed it to perfection. It was shot outside off stump. Placed it to perfection there. 1 run needed. Word from the dugout is play out the last 2 deliveries of the over so that Sri Krishna gets an opportunity to score his half century. He's batting on 49 on non-striker's end. I hope there's no extra run which is going to be conceded here, courtesy a wide or a no ball. Blocks that one solidly. Last ball of the over. Telangana were in a deep trouble today when their batting lost a lot of wickets with less number of runs, and the last wicket partnership getting them to a fairly decent total, but couldn't challenge them enough. That brings us to the end of 16th over. Andhra Pradesh 108 for 4, 1 run needed, which brings Sri Krishna on strike now. And he is batting on 49 of 45 deliveries with 4 boundaries and 3 sixes. Can he complete this innings with a big shot, or is it just going to be a single to complete his half century and register the first win for Team Andhra Pradesh? We'll wait and find out. The next game coming up, it is going to be a big game here. Match number 8 between Team Sri Lanka versus Team Karnataka. The skippers will be ready for toss. Team Sri Lanka has arrived and getting themselves ready for the warm-up here. And so has Team Karnataka. We still have 1 run to go. drives it down the ground, and that is the win for Team Andhra Pradesh. First win for them in the tournament, and it is a half century for Sri Krishna. 50 unbeaten of 46 deliveries with 4 boundaries and 3 sixes. A good knock from him, a well composed knock, responsible innings from Sri Krishna, unlike him, his usual knocks. And the result is Team Andhra Pradesh beating Telangana by 6 wickets. And that brings us to the end of this game here. And the next game coming up is game number 8, which is going to be between Team Karnataka taking on Team Sri Lanka. The toss will happen in the next 10 minutes. We're going to be right back after a short break.